You. Whew. Today was a burner. Funny things happen when you feel like you're being pushed up against the wall. I don't know, for those of you who listened to my video yesterday, you might have a little more insight on what I'm about to say. So today, my goal was to hit 3.5 miles, as I did 3 miles the last couple days, and then plus whatever I do on my walk. So what happened was I got up to the track. There was already one person on it, so we ran, and we were at opposite ends of the track. When I started, he was about a half mile around the track already. So my goal was to pace myself on that at that pace, and then going forward, my goal was to catch him by the end of my run. So also part of my goal was to outlast him, and so my legs were already destroyed from yesterday and the last month of straight running. So my expectations were, my goal was my goal. I aim for something and I shoot and give it all I got. And if I reach it, I reach it. If I don't, then I try harder next time and try to fix my mistakes. Right? So that was my mindset going into it. And so what ended up happening was I was slowly catching him the whole way. He was keeping a pretty good pace himself, and so was I. About a 7:40 pace, and that's going by my GPS. I really do think I ran a hell of a lot more than I even did, but regardless of that, what happened was sorry, I'm a little out of breath here. I ended up catching him. I had to go past my 3.5 mile goal, which I was already worried about due to the fact that my legs were destroyed. But once you get going, there's a sort of numbness to the pain that occurs once you go to a certain point. And that carried me through. I did about 5.5 miles, and passed him. I passed him at probably the 4.5 mark. Oh man, I got a lot of salt coming out of my sweat here. It burns, but yeah, it was a hell of a good run, and I went way further than I expected to, and I'm probably gonna pay for it, but worth it. I hit another goal, and proved to myself that I could do more than I did. And these markers that I'm going by mileage wise, I think it's making me go way further than it ever has before. To me it's strange, and I think I'm gonna try to do a better mileage track on the track, because I really want to know my distances. I don't want to, I'm fine with guesstimating, I don't care, but it would be nice to know how far I'm really reaching each day, and to know if if I wasn't going further enough all those years, or if now it's making me go further than it normally would. But I got to figure that out, and I will in due time. But until then, I'm just going to keep going by what the GPS says, and it should be correct, but the same app with the same GPS before had me doing something different, so kind of throwing me for a loop. My legs are shot, and unfortunately, I think from being a little dehydrated, which I should be hydrating a little better. I mean, I'm drinking plenty of water, but I don't know, getting a little chafed down here, fucking stinging. And when you're too dehydrated and your body's pushing water out, and it's whoa, what was that? Almost stepped on a snake. That would have sucked. Tough scenes. That's what you deal with out here in the woods. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck I was saying, but yeah, my legs are shot, and I was talking about chafing and the salt. So what happens is, what I believe, is when you're dehydrated and your body's still trying to push out water, and but you don't have a whole lot of it, and you're elevated in salts and things. Mostly it has to do with diet. And like I said, I've been eating like shit for the last week, and I got to clean that up. It's a discipline thing, and I've been sloppy, and I own that, so I'll have to clean that up. But I have a feeling that, your sweat gets a little more crystallized, which in turn will create a rougher barrier at the skin layer. And so if you have any kind of seaming, which you really don't want to run with anyway, and I'm wearing Silkies to run in, but they're just drifting a little bit down, and I gained a couple of pounds in my legs here, so that thigh gap ain't too big. So I'm rubbing pretty good. All fixable things. All fixable. But yeah, so if you're running, especially long distances, take those things into account, because it won't bother you right away, but eventually you'll get to the point where you're running long enough distances and sweating long enough to create pretty nasty chafe, and that shit don't feel good. So get yourself I'm not a fan of powders. I just don't like the dry feeling. I don't know. I'd rather have like a Glide. They have glides that you can use. Almost looks like a deodorant, but it's not a deodorant. It's like it's you can find it anywhere. Probably CVS, or just do an Amazon search. Look for like running glides, and sometimes you can use that in there, but you just gotta find what works for you. I hate using them if I don't have to. Whew. Got a little acid, boy. My body's like, whoa, buddy, why'd you do an extra mile and a half today? Chill. My hair's all funky. Gotta get a haircut, boy. This COVID-19 is killing us out here. I wish I had my long hair. I wouldn't care then. It wouldn't be a big deal, because that shit could just grow. Who cares? But when you're at short, you gotta get me a little shape up. You gotta get me a little fade. You out here looking a little straggly and shit. Anyway, whew. It's been a heck of a day running here. I enjoyed that run. It was a test, and I don't know, I just take myself to a place when I run, and I try to convince myself that what I'm doing almost isn't real. That sounds weird, and I'm sure it comes off strange, but if you can convince yourself when you're doing something that's painful or stressful or really, really difficult, that whatever it is that you're going through isn't real, or it's like, like temporary, that it's going to go away for sure, it's easier to cope with it. Ooh, that fucking sun is bright, boy. Hurting. I do really like taking my shirts off, though. I did it again at the 2 mile mark. I tell you what, man, kind of opens up your breathing, cools you like down a little bit, because you get pretty hot running, even if it's cold out. Once you're running long enough distance, you get warmed up. Your body it gets flush. All the blood starts flowing. Whew. And shit, I'm definitely feeling it though. Oh man, all that sweat drying on my face. Nasty as hell, boy. Nasty as hell. Yeah, folks. I wish I saw people run up here more when I'm up here, That's a good test. To me, it was like I just kept telling myself every time I wanted to slow down or break my pace, which I thought about several times. You think about it, the idea isn't that you'll never think about these things. Think about cheating, think about, taking the shortcut or the easy route. You're always going to go through those thoughts. They don't go away. It's more just about how you individualize them and understand how to conquer each one every single time, indefinitely, without like it beating you down, because it will get you eventually if you allow it to. But every time I had that thought, it was just, I had to push it to the side and break through and just continue to do that. So plain and simple. Crazy. That was a tough run. Yeah, I use a red Solo cup for my water. Anyway, yeah, this is definitely a beat video. I apologize. That took a good bit out of me, and I was already fucking destroyed going into today. So, but I think it set a good pace for the week. Knowing that I did what I did today, I know going forward that my goals are always attainable. I know that I can hit that. If I could do 5 miles a day, 5.5, whatever the fuck I ended up at, I know that I can do anything pretty much. So it's a good feeling. My legs are definitely shot. I'm going to have to really, really recoup them tonight. As I'm continually increasing my distance and it's going up, up, and up, that also comes with the responsibility of upkeep in rehab, constant, and more and more and more of it. Because once you start letting that go, you'll quickly see decreases in performance, and not only that, but the ability to do things without pain or struggle. And for somebody like me who's already dealing with that problem, I have to definitely ensure that I'm not putting myself in a bad position going into the next day. Because, as I said before, every day, I'm never finished. Every day is a new day, and I'm going to have to do it again and again and again and again and again until the day I die. For me, that's just how I have to be. I'm very all in or all out. I'm not... that's how I've molded myself to be, because I've been a person who's, often not been that way. And when I'm not that way, I half-ass, and and that's just not me. That's not who I'm going to allow myself to be. That's not who I am, and that's how it's, just how it goes. So, for you guys, I don't know. It's just something I think about. I'd rather be the guy who fucking does something to the max or doesn't do it at all. So, anyway, like I said, somehow this video is almost 14 minutes long. It's probably just a ramble and probably tough to watch. So, good luck. And I'm thinking about doing a video tonight, a longer one about the coronavirus theories and whatnot. But we'll see. But it will come soon. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna wait a little bit, if need be. But tonight, possible. This week, definite. So look out for that, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.